वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Yashamati Priya Devidasi from Chicago. Once again, welcoming all of you to the mid-morning japa session. I thank all of you for attending this session and giving your beautiful association and time. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. Let us move to our next part of the session, which is Sri Caitanya Bhagavat. But before we start our session, may I know who all have joined this call?
Hare Krishna, Shrimati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Happy Ekadasi to everyone. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining and very, very glorious services to Bhakti Sangha Mataji. Hare Krishna and happy Ekadashi to everyone.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is Preeti Vilasini Devidasi from Atlanta. Thank you for your warm welcoming, Mataji, and thank you, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, for the very beautiful chanting. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasini Devidasi Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining, and so grateful services, Mataji, to Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Neetu from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Nitu Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining every single day. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Yasomati Mataji, Danvat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai, Vrindavanam, Atlanta, Paniyati Dham.
Hare Krishna, Vrunda Gopika Mataji, Danvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining every single day in the morning and the mid-morning. Thank you, and very beautiful chanting, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Param Pavani Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Sri Guru Maharaj, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Thank you very much, Mataji, for joining, and very, very beautiful services to Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, we can keep chanting because Prabhu is going to be 10 minutes late.
Sure, Mataji. Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi. Mataji, can I read the Prabhupada's quote for today? So, welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa Group. Before we start today's session, I would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote for today, April 24. If there is little pain in the finger, I become so much disturbed because I have got intimate connection with this finger. Similarly, we have got intimate connection with Krishna and we are fallen. Therefore, Krishna also feels like little pain and therefore he comes down. Krishna is feeling pain, so you become Krishna conscious. Then Krishna will feel pleasure. Vrindavan, April 24, 1975. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa group. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Acintya Gopesh Das Prabhuji on the topic of Sri Caitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khand, chapter 19, verses number 363 to 404. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for giving your very beautiful time and association to us this morning and enlightening us on this topic of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Now I hand over call to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. This wonderful Ekadashi. I'm very happy to be among all of you. So, on speaking on this very wonderful pastime. So, I will start with Guru Vandana and then we'll begin. Om Ajnanatimiranandasya Jnananjanasalakaya Chakshurunmalitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaye Tadbhaktaye Namo Namah Jaitam Suratotpango Mandamatirgati Mat Sarvasva Padambojo Radha. Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody to the class on Chaitanya Bhagavat. Today we are reading from Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Khanda, chapter number 23, text number 363. So we are entering a very, very important stage of the pastime. You have been hearing Chaitanya Bhagavat for many, many months. And 23 chapters you have heard, and you heard more than 300 slokas in this chapter. And now we are entering a very, very important phase where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's and all the devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's millions of followers and all the devotees are simultaneously doing Sankirtan and are entering the place of Kazi. And Kazi has sent his spies to look at what is happening, and that is the place from which we are going to begin. You are able to see the slokas?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So we are reading from text 363. Ananta arbuda loke bale kaji mara, dare palila tabe kajira kinkara. Unlimited millions of people were shouting, "Kill the Qazi." Hearing this, the Qazi's servants ran away in fear. राधा दिया का जीरे कहीला जाता गया की का राचा लाहा जाता यही पा लिया. They ran quickly and told Qazi, "What can you do? Let us quickly run away." कोटि कोटि लोक संगे निमायाचार्य सजिया इसे अजी की करे कार्या. Millions and millions of people are coming this way with Nimai Acharya. They are fully prepared. Who knows what they will do today? लाखे लाखे महतापा दीप सब ज्वाले लक्ष कोटि लोक मेली Hinduyani bale. Millions of people are chanting the names of the Hindu gods while carrying hundreds of thousands of large burning torches. Duyere duyere kala gata amra sara pushpa maya pata sab dekhi na diyara. We saw bananas, water pots, and mango leaves at every doorstep, and the streets of Nadia were covered with flowers. न जानी कटे का काई कदी फूल पादे भजन सुनीते दुई श्रवण उपादे. We could not even imagine how much puffed rice and kaddi, small conch shells, were being showered. Our ears were almost shattered from the sound of musical arrangements. Hena mata nadiyare nagare nagare raja site oke hae mana na kare. There is not such an arrangement in the villages of Nadia, even when the kings come. So, we've read 7 slokas. We will first discuss the context, then we'll go ahead. This pastime, as in all pastimes, is full of rasa. There are unlimited rasa which are floating around in this pastimes, and we will try and see if we can sort of ruminate on some of the rasas and then see if we can bring them forth. First of all, if we look at the context, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit, has ordered, and millions of devotees, residents of Navadip, have joined him, and they are holding torchlights and various other banana sticks, everything else, and they are singing in kirtan. They are in ecstasy, and in that ecstasy they are coming. They are going to various places, and finally they are coming to the doorsteps of Kazi. Here, entering the place, the village where Kazi is, and they are coming near. Now, this particular pastime, where the Lord and his devotees are entering into the fold of Kazi, or people who are opposing Sankirtan. This is a very wonderful scene, and we will shortly also describe the scene. But can we draw parallels from other leelas of other incarnations when a scene like this has happened? Can there be some parallels from other incarnations where a scene like this has happened, that Lord and his devotees are entering the entire and going to the opposing party? What other this thing can be parallels can be drawn?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Correct.
When Ramchandra go and take the go to the Lanka,
Yes.
and all the devotees go with him.
Yes. Yes. Very wonderful. Well, Lord Ramchandra, with all the monkeys, soldiers entered the island of Lanka. What happened then? Ravana sent forth some spies. He had already sent spies when they were in the other side of the ocean, Sukha and Saraka, but they were captured, but Lord Rama freed them. And they came and reported about the entire Lord Ram's army. But when they crossed the bridge and when they entered, because Ravana did not believe that they will cross, like Kazi did not believe that these people will rebel. They did not believe that the Lord Rama and monkeys can cross the ocean. They crossed the ocean when they entered this scene of millions and millions of monkeys, miles and miles, and the same thing is happening here. Miles and miles of devotees are there, raised with weapons like the torch, and the monkeys with the weapons they were marching in. And Ravana sent some spies, some messengers. When they saw, they came back and reported to Ravana that there are millions and millions of monkeys, there are miles and miles of monkeys are coming. And they are shouting, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. And they have crossed the bridge. And this time they look very determined. They will free Sita. They want to free Sita. And Lord Ram is coming in a very ferocious mood. Looks like he will completely subdue everybody. And the same kind of thing the spies are informing here Kazi. And what Kazi has done similar to what Ravana has done. Ravana captured or took prison the energy of the Lord, the Bhakti Shakti of the Lord, Sita Devi. And he forbade Sita from meeting Ram. He had taken away Sita. Similarly, Kazi had stopped the Bhakti process. And the energy of the Lord, the Sankirtana, the holy names, he stopped that, and he has put it into jail that nobody can now do Sankirtan. The Bhakti energy of the Lord has been stopped. And the Lord and his devotees are now entering the courtyard in a ferocious mode, in ecstasy of Sankirtan. Similar to the ecstasy, and there is not similar, very different ecstasy, but ecstasy is there. All the monkeys were feeling in the service of Lord Ram, in the presence of Lord Ram, and the motivation to free Sita, and they were in ecstasy of that service. Similarly, here, all the Navdipazis have been brought together by the ecstasy of holy names, Sankirtan, and the unified mission to free the holy name, the Sankirtan process from the bondages of Kazi. So this is one parallel we are seeing. What other parallel? Which other parallel can we draw? What else? Yeah, Kurukshetra Yuddha. Kurukshetra Yuddha also is a very wonderful thing where Lord and his devotees were fighting against the entire, taking away the kingdom of the devotee. The kingdom of the devotees is the holy name, the bhakti. They had taken away. They had also, offended Draupadi. So all those things, and they were fighting against that. And there is also this entire description of how the entire Pashyatam Panduputranam, they were seeing the entire army of the Pandavas. Duryodhana was surprised. Duryodhana thought Pandavas will not be able to gather such a big army, but he was surprised. The other place, very significantly, is, and that is what we will discuss now also in this context, is in the Krishna Leela. Of course, there are many pastimes, There are pastimes when, specifically when Krishna leaves Vrindavan and comes to Mathura. Why does he come to Mathura? Now he comes to Mathura because Kamsa has imprisoned his father and mother, Vasudeva and Devaki. And he is coming to free them. And of course, father and mother are the so-called birth, the one who gave birth to Krishna. Or similarly here, the holy name which gives birth to bhakti, which grows the bhakti, is being captured, has been put in prison. Nobody can do Sankirtan. And to free that, the Lord is coming. And Kamsa and Chandkasi is none other than Kamsa. And the king whom Chandkasi reports to, Hussain Shah, was the incarnation of, was the rebirth of Jarasandha. So there is Jarasandha and Kamsa in the Chaitanya Leela. And here, like Krishna came, and when Krishna entered Mathura, he killed, he broke the bow, sacrificial bow, he killed Kubalya Pita, the elephant, and the spies went and reported to Kamsa that Krishna has already come. And he reported exactly similar things, that every house in Mathura is now decorated with flowers and lamp, and they are welcoming Krishna. Like here it is reported that every house in Navdeepa had banana leaves and water pots and mango leaves in the streets of Nadia, and they were welcoming by showering puffed rice. This is Brahmanical, this thing. And when Krishna was entering the Kshatriya spirit, they were showering flowers and everything else. And Brahmanas were chanting, musical instruments were going on. So Krishna entered Mathura, and when he killed Kuvelapita and everybody else, then the spies reported that Krishna is ultimately very powerful, is ultimately powerful. And he, along with his younger brother Balram, is roaming in the streets of Mathura without fear. So Kamsa became very, very anxious because he knew that almost his death is near. So similarly, Kazi is also becoming very, very anxious. This is one way of narrating the pastime. Now, we will look at the different rasa of seeing this in the opposite way. In fact, if you look deeply at this pastime and look at Kazi, right? Now, if I ask the question, is Kazi a devotee or a demon? What will we say? Kazi is a devotee or a demon? What is the answer?
Demon turned devotee.
Demon turned devotee, yes. And is Kazi doing a service to Lord Krishna, or is he obstructing the service of Lord Krishna?
Prabhuji,
Yes.
he is obstructing, but actually by obstructing, he has brought so many devotees together, you know. They are all coming together with Lord Chaitanya. They're getting the association of Lord Chaitanya. So that became a service.
Yes, very
Sort
nice,
of.
very nice, very nice. This is the internal pastime. If you see, or this is the subtle pastime. Krishna always resides in Vrindavan, and he is very happy with his Vrindavan devotees, and in their association, especially the gopis, he is doing Ras Leela, and he is so happy that he forgets everything else. And he is always enjoying the nocturnal pastimes of the gopis and the Ras Leela, and he is very much happy there. He is not accessible to other people of this world. He is only there in Vrindavan. Similarly, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was doing Sankirtan inside the closed doors, and that was same as Ras Leela, and he was in the very intimate devotees were enjoying in the mood of the gopis, and they got the rasa, but all the other pious people were outside. They were saying, oh, lamenting, we could not see these pastimes. So the Vrindavan rasa, the Madhurya rasa, was never coming out in public. What happened in Krishna Leela? First, Narada came and informed Krishna that you have duties beyond. Your Vasudeva and Devaki, your mother and father are imprisoned. You will go to Mathura, you will kill Kamsa, then you will go to Dwaraka, you will marry 16,108 queens, you will do Kurukshetra war. He informed everything. And by the agency of Narada Muni, and then Akrura came and took Krishna away from Vrindavan, and he took and took him to Kamsa, or took him to Mathura to kill Kamsa, under the guise that Kamsa is creating atrocities. He is stopping the sages from doing yagnas. He is imprisoning your mother and father who gave birth to you. So now you should come and kill Kamsa. By that act, Krishna was available to the entire world. He came to Mathura, then to Dwaraka, and he went all around Kurukshetra, and all his devotees could, get the fortune of seeing Krishna and then get delivered. Similarly, here, the rasa of Sankirtana, and especially the Madhurya rasa, is only within Srivasangan. And when Kazi comes and breaks the mridang and puts a break, he's acting like Kamsa, imprisoning Vasudeva and Devaki, or stopping the sages from doing this thing. And using that guise, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is now starting the first public Sankirtan. Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. So he's going to show the Sri Krishna Sankirtan conquers everything. But now the Harinam is come out. And this Harinam is special. We know that, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing is not Yuga Dharma, just giving Dharma. When King Prataprudra saw millions of devotees chanting along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu entering Puri, he asked, "What is this? This is something I've never seen. What kind of Harinam is this? I've seen Harinam, but this kind of Harinam I've never seen." So his brother-in-law replied, "This is Prema Sankirtan." Within the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, there is Radha Rani's, there is Krishna Prem, the Radha Rani's bhav. That is the speciality. That is something, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Namo Mahavadanya is never given. What was never given is given now. So that special thing which was within Srivasangan has now come out, and it is spreading to everybody. Everybody is in ecstasy. And who is the cause of this? Who is the apparent external cause of this? Is Kazi, right? And now in that ecstasy, the devotees are entering the Angan of Kazi. Like Krishna and his, and along with Balram, and along with all the Gopas, they entered Mathura. And when they entered Mathura, they appeared like sun and moon coming, and Kamsa was getting very much afraid. So here, similar to Krishna, the important thing is that if Kazi was not there, perhaps this entire Sankirtan would only be in Srivasangan, and the entire world would not have got access to it. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada also saw opposing elements as wonderful opportunities for serving Krishna. When he was in Juhu beach, he was walking. Once he stopped, he turned back, and he said that this entire thing was going on in the US, where they were bringing cases that the ISKCON movement is brainwashing young children, and they were trying to put a court case to, they were putting press articles to stop the Hare Krishna movement, the entire Sankirtana movement. And at that point in time, Prabhupada said, this is a very good time to fight back. So he fought back so severely that the viewpoint of the devotees, the glories of the holy name, the Sankirtan got so much coverage, and they became famous all over the world. So such oppositions are the catalyst by which the holy name and the love of Krishna and Krishna himself travels across the globe, or becomes accessible to the entire population. And that is what is happening here. Now, so in that sense, Kazi is doing a great service, like Kamsa did his service, and Ravana also did his service, because when Lord Ram and Sita ji were planning, Sita ji said that, look, we are here in Vaikuntha, we are not helping all our children who are lost in the material world. So we should go and in somehow do some leela by which all our children come back to the path of dharma and come back. And so they orchestrated this entire leela of coming to the forest and Sita getting kidnapped, and then the entire Ramayana happened, by which the glories of Lord Ram and the holy name of Lord Ram spread all across. So Kazi is doing a wonderful service from that perspective. But you will see the rasa happens different ways. Here, first, we can take a moment to appreciate the beautiful, if you meditate on this scene, millions and millions of devotees carrying the torches, and Nityan Prabhu is there, and along with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there. And the beauty of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is described, you would have read in the previous verses. He is like molten gold. Because of Radha Bhav inside molten gold, he is shiny. His face is so effulgent. And his face is so sweet, he is all attractive. In fact, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's weapon is his beauty. It's Sankirtan, but it is beauty is his weapon. So beautiful. And matted hair, and Nimai Pandit, who has his hair, and beautiful, wonderfully he is dancing. And his hair has Malti flowers, long flowing hair with Malti flowers, and garland, 5 kind of garlands are adoring his neck. Chandan, there is a lap of Chandan, and his beautiful large eyes, which goes till the ears, are weeping and tears of ecstasy. His lips, wonderful lips, are slightly curved, smiling yet angry, and his beautiful body is entire, wearing the dhoti, Malti flowers, and his feet are dancing so beautifully in Sankirtan. And in that Sankirtan mood, we will also see that he is slightly reddish. He is reddish, and that reddishness comes from his angry that the Sankirtan moment has been stopped. So that anger mixed with ecstasy, we are seeing Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is a beautiful darshan. And this beautiful darshan, like when Krishna entered Mathura, that beautiful darshan, or when Lord Ram and his whole Sena entered Lanka, that darshan, this is this is wonderful darshan. So we are seeing Nimai Pandit as the leader of the devotees, and he is dancing, and everyone is following and coming. So now we will see the different kinkaras of Kazi, the different messengers of Kazi, how they are seeing the Lord. Everybody, according to his piety, will see the Lord in different way, right? So we will see that. ये सकल नगरिया मारी ले हमारा आजी काजी मारा बली आई शेताहारा. The same town people that we once beat are shouting, today we will kill the Kazi. एको ये हुंकारा करे निमायाचार्य सही से हिंदूरा भूता ये तहरा कार्य. This Nimai Acharya is making all this propaganda. This Hindu prophet is doing all this. So one of them saw him as a Hindu prophet, as somebody, because previously they were not. There was a discussion when the breaking of the Mridanga happened. Kazi said, so many years you are not following any Hindu custom. Now on whose strength are you following? Right from the days of Khilji, from the 12th century, there was so much oppression that Hindus had almost forgotten following their customs in the public. Internally, they might be doing something. But now, after so many years, 300, 400 years, now suddenly in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, everybody start to follow. So Kazi was questioning on whose strength are you following? Similarly, here it is said that because of this Hindu prophet, all of this is happening. Somebody else is saying, Keha bale ye vamana eta kanda kena vamanera dui chakshe nadi vahena. One of them said, I can't understand why this Brahmana cries so much. It appears as if a river is flowing from his 2 eyes. Now, this person has the beautiful darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's seeing the Brahmana who's crying in ecstasy. He cannot understand the reason why he's crying, but he has some piety to see that this Brahmana is crying, and the beautiful form, he's almost appreciating that. Kehabale vamanere ke ache kotaya sei dukha kande hena buji ye sadaya. Another said, I think this Brahmana must be missing someone, therefore he's always cries in distress. So partially material, partially otherwise. Material people understand that if somebody, they say when they see a sannyasi, they say that, oh, he's become frustrated from his family. His wife might have fought with him, so he is left and becomes sannyasi. That's not the case. The sannyas happens when he is fully mature and he is tasting the ecstasy of the Lord, then he is trying to preach that to the whole world. Whereas material people see him differently. So here, they are seeing as if he has lost somebody, so he is crying. But he is missing somebody. He is missing Radharani, he is missing Krishna, and that's why he is crying. Keha bale vamana dekhi te laga baya, gilite aise yena dekhi kampahaya. Someone says this Brahmana looks frightening. I tremble on seeing his form that appears ready to devour everything. So to him, he is appearing like Kala, right? The Kala, the eternal time which comes in from front of the demons. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, for the atheist, I appear as Kala, who's all devouring time, who's ready to kill. So this person is seeing him like that. And how is the Kazi seeing him? Kaji bale hena buji nimai pandita biha karibe bhare vachalila kona bita. Kazi said, I think Nimai Pandit is going somewhere to get married. The word viha means marriage. Of course, like Ravana was lusty, Kazi was material person, and he can think only in material terms, and he thinks this such quick procession is coming because Nimai Pandit is going somewhere to get married. So like this, different people are seeing the Lord in different ways. And there are different according to their consciousness and according to their different moods, they are seeing in different forms. Eban ahe mori langi Hindu yani kare tabe jati nimo aji sabara nagare. If they have transgressed my order by engaging Hindu rituals, I will take away the caste of everyone in town. So this was the plan of Kazi, that he will stop Sankirtan, and if somebody defies, he will sprinkle water on them. In those days, if you just Muslims sprinkle waters, everybody becomes Muslim. So like this, he will convert everybody. That's what he wanted to do, and that's what he was planning. Yahi mata yukti kaji kare sarva gane mahavadya kolahala suni tata shane. As the Kazi was planning in this way, he suddenly heard the tumultuous sound of Kirtan. Kazi is hearing the ecstasy of Kirtan. Now you can see, now you will see the mood of the devotees. You will see in what mode they are coming. Sarvaloka Chudamani Prabhu Vishwambara Aila Nachiya Yata Kajira Nagara. Lord Vishwambara, the crust jewel of all, came dancing within the Kazi's neighborhood. Koti Koti Haridwani Mahakola Hala Swarga Martya Pataladi Puri Lasakala. The tumultuous sound of millions of people chanting the names of Hari permeated the entire atmosphere, including Swarga, Martya, and Patal. So this is what is happening. When Lord Narsim came and he did his hunkar, the sound pierced. When Lord Vaman came, he took his feet, the toes pierced the universe. But here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the millions of followers uttering the holy name, that holiness piercing. And this is what happens. When we chant, it pierces all the coverings of the heart, and the Bhakti Lata goes and reaches the lotus feet of Krishna and entwines there. So here we can see the mood of the devotees. You will see in the further verses. So we saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his mood. We also talked about the service of Kazi. We talked about the different moods in which the associates of Kazi is looking at Krishna, as looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now we will also see how the devotees are. Now devotees are chanting. Suniya Kampita Kaji Gana Saha Dhyaya Sarpabhaya Yena Beka Indura Palaya. On hearing that sound, the Kazi trembled and ran away with his servants like a frog or a mouse runs away in the fear of the snake. Like Kamsa was trembling when Krishna entered Mathura, like Ravana was trembling when all his associates were killed and the army was marching forward. This is the anxiety. In fact, this is the rasa, this is the anxiety by which, and this is what Jay and Vijay had prayed for. So the Lord had given them the choice that you can be 6 lifetimes as devotees, or 3 lifetimes, or 7 lifetimes as devotees, or 3 lifetimes as my enemy. So they said, I will be enemy, we'll quickly come back, but we always want to be connected to you. So the Lord had blessed them, Lord Vishnu blessed them that yes, Lord Narayan blessed them in anger, in anxiety, in enmity towards me, in jealousy towards me, you will always be remembering. And by constantly remembering me, you will be in touch with me. Narada Muni also says, even in just or anger, if you remember Krishna, you will be connected to Krishna. So this anxiety which Kazi and all the other associates are feeling are going to be the reason for their deliverance. Puri Kalasthana Vishwambara Gane Baya Palite Keha Deha Nahi Jane. Yet in their fear, they did not know which way to run because the entire area was filled with Vishwambara's associates. Matara Peliya Paga Keha Sai Mele Alakshite Nachaya Antara Prana Hele. Some of them took their turbans and joined the Kirtana. As they danced incognito, they trembled in fear. So this has happened, right? So they were just joining the Kirtana and they were starting to dance. They didn't want to, but they wanted to hide, right? And it happened many devotees. There was one devotee who was running away from the police. He was selling drugs, in all the concerts. The devotees were also doing Kirtan. The police was coming, so he sort of joined the devotees and started dancing. And ultimately, he came to the temple and he became a devotee. So those who had no reason for chanting Krishna, they did not have any intention for chanting the holy name, but even they took into the holy name and they become merged in the ecstasy. Yara dadi ache sei hana ado mukha laje mata nahi tole dara hale buka. Those who had beards hung their heads. They were too embarrassed to raise their heads, and their hearts trembled in fear. Ananta arbuda loka keva kare sine apanara deha ma matra keha nahi jane. None of the unlimited millions of people could recognize any of them. Those people were not even conscious of their own bodies. This is where we see the mood of the devotees. The devotees were not just angry, like in the material way. When you are coming up with a procession in the material thing, they are all angry, they are shouting, and they are all out there. The mood is very vitiate. Whereas in Sankirtan, they were in ecstasy. They did not even know their bodies. They were not externally conscious. They were just in the mood of prema, and they were with the Lord. And in that mood, whatever is the desire of the Lord, they were trying to follow. And in that ecstasy, they were entering the courtyard of Kazi. Sabaye nachena, sabe gayena kautuke, Brahmananda Puriya Hari, Bale Sarva Loke. Everyone danced and sang in ecstasy. Their chanting of Hari's names filled the entire universe. So, this is the mood of that. They were chanting and dancing. They were just happy to be of service. And this is the very important point. As long as we are entangled in the material world, and several things have happened, you would have read in the news. This material world, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Goswami Maharaj has said, is not fit for gentle. So there will be so many things that will happen which will be completely opposite, and it will create so much fearful atmosphere, and sometimes it just pains the heart of devotees, especially Vaishnavas. They're so pained to see the public suffering. We can use these opportunities to learn this lesson that this material world cannot be enjoyed. Whether you have bank balance, your health, your family, your loved ones, wherever you set your heart, you will ultimately end up in misery. So we try to dovetail everything towards one center, whether we have family, money, and that one center is service of the Lord as ordained by Guru. That is called Vyavasatmika Buddhi, aka Kurunandan. Everyone wakes up every day in the morning and see what is my Guru's desire in serving Krishna and how can I be an insignificant part of that. Then they will be actually in this kind of ecstasy because you are following the order of the Lord and you're chanting and you're connecting with them. So it is in that ecstasy of service that these devotees are entering the courtyard of Kazi, and not in some in a communal way, Hindu, Muslim, not in the angry mode, not in a political mode. They are in ecstasy and they are coming there. Asiya kajira dware Prabhu Vishwambara Krodha vise hunta kare bahutara. When Lord Vishwambara came to Kazi's house, he roared loudly in anger. Now he's taking the mood of Sankarsha, like Lord Shiva when he's going to annihilate the entire universe. He is in that, severely angry mood, right? Like Lord Rama took that mood when the ocean was obstructing, or when Ravana was had hurt Lakshman. He took this ferocious form, and he was ready to annihilate the entire universe. And in that angry state, he's saying, Krodha bale Prabhu are kaji beta kota jata ana dariya katiya pela matam. In that angry state, Lord said, where is that fellow Kazi? Bring him here quickly. I'll cut off his head. Niryavana karonaji sakala bhuvana purveyana vada kailuna se kalyavana. Today I will rid the entire world of Yavanas, just as I previously killed Kalayavana. Kalayavana and all his followers, Krishna had killed in the battle near Dwarka. So similarly, he's saying, I'll get rid of all of these people. Pranalana kota kaji gela diya dwara gara banga banga prabhu bale bara baram. Where can Kazi go to save his life? The Lord then repeatedly ordered, break his house, break his house. Sarvabhuta antre mishri sachi nandana agnya lagi pena hena achekona jana. The son of Sachi is the super soul in the heart of all living entities, who is capable of transgressing his order. So when Lord gave the order that break his house, then what happens? All the devotees rushed. Mahamata sarvaloka chaitanya rase gare uti lena save prabhura adeshe. Everyone was greatly intoxicated with ecstatic love for Lord Chaitanya. On his order, they entered the house. This is very important. Like I said, they are not just angry materially and they are not trying to destroy. They were in ecstasy. And this similar thing has happened multiple times. When the monkeys came back and they entered Kishkinda, they had found Sita and they were coming back with the news with Hanuman. They did not enter the palace and say that no, they surrounding gardens of Kishkinda, they just jumped and they were plucking the fruits, they were uprooting the trees. In ecstasy they were. Sugriva had given the order that if you come back after a month, you will be killed. And these people had come back after several months. They were not afraid. So the messengers came running to Sugriva and said, the monkeys who had gone south, they have come back with Hanuman, they're destroying the entire garden. Sugriva said, okay, no problem, let them. If they are in such an ecstasy, they must have surely found Sita. Sita Mata they would have found. So it is in that ecstasy that they are acting. Similarly, when in Krishna's pastime, the Gopas entered Talwan and they were merrily plucking the fruits. And when Dhenukasura in the form of the ass came and he was killed, they were merrily, throwing Dhenukasura, the Nityananda Prabhu, Balram was throwing, Krishna was throwing, and each trees were getting uprooted, and the fruits were falling, all the trees and everything was broken. So that is what, like that in ecstasy, it was happening here. This is a scene of ecstasy. केहा गर बंगे na do yara, keha lati mare, keha karaye hunkara. Some tore apart the room, some broke down the house, some kicked the house, some roared loudly. Amara pane sardala bangi, keha pele, keha kandila vana bangi, hari bale. Some broke the branches of the mango and jackfruit trees, some uprooted the banana trees while chanting the name of Hari. Pushpera udyane laksha, laksha loka giya, padiya pehele. Hundreds of thousands of people entered the flower garden, uprooted all the plants, were roaring loudly. Pushpera Sahita Dala, Chindiya Chindiya, Hari Bali Nache Saba, Suti Mule Diya. They tore the flowers with their stems from the uprooted plants and tucked them behind their ears while chanting the name of Hari. They were using the flowers to decorate themselves. Ekanti Kariya Patra Sarva Loke Nite Kichuna Rahile Ara Kajira Bandite. Even if everyone there took just one leaf, there would not have been any left in the Qazi's house. So Qazi's house, they were breaking like that. When the outside was broken, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave further orders. Mangi lena yata saba vahire gahara Prabhu bale agni deha bandire bitara. And the outside of the Qazi's house was broken. Lord ordered, burn the inside of the house. Udiya maruka saba ganera sahite sarvabada vedi agna dehachari bite. Let the Qazi burn to death along with his associates. Surround the house and set it on fire from all sides. Dekho more ki kare uhara narapati, dekho naji kona jane kare avya hati. Let me see what his king can do to me. Let me see who saves the Qazi today. Yama kala mrityu mora seva kera dasa mora drishti pate haya sabara prakasha. Yamaraj, time and death are servants of my servants. Everything is manifested simply by my glance. So here the Lord is exhibiting his anger and he comes as death, Kala, in front of all the demons. And in that feature, he is ordering burn. And this is what happens at the time of death. First, Jara comes, it burns internally the body. And then Kala Yavana comes. So we have read that in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the person who is proud and is holding on to the material life, he will see the Lord as the death personified. But I just want to save the last 2 minutes. That's why I was going fast. That these two are very, very important. Two texts, 402 to 404. Sankirtana Arambe Mohara Avatara, Kirtana Virodi Papi Karimu Samhara. Sarvapatakiyo Yadi Kareya Kirtana, Avashyata Hare Muni Karimu Smarana. Tapasvi Sanyasi Gyani Yogi E Jana, Samharimu Yadi Sabha Na Kare Kirtana. I have incarnated to inaugurate the Sankirtana movement. I will destroy those sinners who are inimical to Kirtana. Even if the most sinful person chants the holy name, I will certainly remember him. But if even ascetics, sannyasis, jnanis, yogis do not engage in Kirtana, I will destroy them. Mahaprabhu, the inaugurator of Sankirtan movement, said he would annihilate the meditators attached to solitary places, averse to Sankirtan. If any sinful living entity engages in Kirtana, then the Lord will certainly remember him. Although sannyasis discharged from material enjoyment, engaged in austerities opposed to Kirtana, jnanis desirous of liberation, yogis desirous of attaining the association of Lord, are accepted by ordinary people as pious, saintly persons. Even they do not engage in loudly chanting the holy names of the Lord. Mahaprabhu is prepared to destroy even them. In his commentary on the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu has written, यद्यापि अन्य भक्ति ही कलो कर्तव्य तत् कीर्तन क्या भक्ति संयोगेनैव कर्तव्य. Although other processes of devotional service should be performed in Kali Yuga, they must all be accompanied by the chanting of the holy names. By neglecting Kirtana, there cannot be any devotional service. In the world in which we presently live, there is no glorification of topics related to Hari. And that is why Vishwambara, the benefactor of all living entities, has instructed us to engage in all types of service of the Supreme Lord, accompanied by Hari Kirtana. By chanting the holy names, any activity other than the service of the transcendental name is simply the result of aversion to the Supreme Lord. There is no possibility of attaining devotional service by such activities. All process of attaining the goal of life that are aimed at extraneous activity, desires like karma or jnana, can never be called unalloyed devotional service. Any topics of spiritual cultivation that do not oppose the devotional service, known as kirtana, should be regarded as the accessories to kirtana. This verse says 3-4 important things. Because of lack of time, I will very quickly highlight them. First of all, it is said that all our service, everything should be accompanied to Kirtana or should help Kirtana. That's why you see that when we are doing Abhishek of the Lord also, when we are doing Aarti also, we are always singing the holy names. Mantratasthidram desha kalavasthitam sarvam karoti nishchidram anu sankirtanitam. If you do Sankirtan, all the defects of Kali are removed. That is why Kali Yuga is the perfect place for Nama Sankirtan. Perfect solution for Kali Yuga is Nama Sankirtan. Second thing which is said is, Jiva Goswami says that all the activities of devotional service will be dovetailed to Sankirtan. Anything that helps Sankirtan is also called Kirtan. That is why book distribution is called Sankirtan. If we are doing food for life, it is also Sankirtan. Anything that supports Sankirtan is Kirtan, and anything that deviates from that, even if it is jnana, meditation, yoga, if it is devoid, yoga for health and all is fine, but for yoga for attaining Krishna and becoming a yogi, all of those are simply distractions and they are caused by unnecessary desires in the heart. So one, you should give up all those jnana, karma, the anavritam, and focus exclusively on Krishna Sankirtan and associated activities which promote Krishna Sankirtan. And this is especially recommended because in Kali Yuga there is no glorification, kirti. There is no kirtan of Krishna. And if you just glorify Krishna, what happens? Immediately, the 7 effects which are dead in Shikshashtakam happens. The chitta becomes cleared and it gets love and it gets attracted to Lord Chaitanya, Krishna, and then completely in the ecstasy serves according to the desires of Krishna, which is what all these millions of devotees in Navdeep are today doing. And those who are opposing the desire of Krishna, like the Kazi and others, are going to be chastised, which is elaborated in Chaitanya Charitamrita and also will be to a certain extent elaborate going forward of how the Kazi repented and he surrendered and became the devotee of Lord Chaitanya, and how he was chastised by Lord Narasimha. Those are things you will see in the future. But today in this lecture, we have seen some very important things. One, we have seen the context of how we can see similar pastimes have happened in different avatars, and especially the significance of how Kazi's involvement is bringing the holy name out in the reach of everybody, and it is coming by Srila Prabhupada's this thing and the opposition that he faced the entire globe. And in that sense, how demons are also doing service. We also saw the different ways non-devotees see Krishna according to their consciousness. We also saw the mood of the devotees. We saw the beauty of the Lord, and we also saw the mood in which Lord is approaching this pastime, the 2 different moods. We also saw how the devotees are in ecstasy. And finally, we are seeing what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is trying to do is Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtan. The Krishna Sankirtan is the ultimate thing which will subdue everything of Kali Yuga, Kali Kalmasha Nashana. And he's establishing that Sankirtana process. And this is the moment when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Namo Mahavadana is the supreme mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what no other incarnation has given, which is Krishna Prem, Radha Rani's mood, is now being given to the whole world in this verse, in this moment. And that is why I think this is one of the epitomes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, every Leela is wonderful. This is one of the epitomes. And because of the involvement of Kazi, this has happened. And we are very, very fortunate in this Ekadashi to hear this wonderful pastime. And you will see at the end of this chapter, and also Chaitanya Chaitanya Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives the blessings that whoever, and Chaitanya Bhagavata also, I think there is a blessing, whoever hears this pastime becomes, is only very few rare fortunate people can hear this pastime. That's what it is said. So we are very, very fortunate, very, very thankful for this opportunity. Thank you very much for inviting me for this entire thing. Of course, there were too many verses, but we have seen it from different perspectives. So I'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Chaitanya Bhagavat ki jai, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Any questions, comments, you can please.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Such a beautiful class and such a beautiful pastime, and you just compare with all other pastime with Ramayana, from the Ramayana and Srila Prabhupada pastime and Krishna Leela's pastime. Very, very beautifully you just remind everything in our mind and everything, right? So it's very nice, and how the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he looks like how, so you glorify his appearance also, and how the mood of the devotees they are in the Sankirtan, and they, how they see the Mahaprabhu like that. That is the main important thing. So that is also nice. And also you say they were executing very, very nice service to the Lord. And Kazi was how he feared to see the Lord, and all his associates. They were doing so good Sankirtan, Nagar Sankirtan. So it is very nice to hear all these pastimes. And really, it's heart touching pastime, like a visual and pastime you made is. So very nice, Prabhuji. And whoever they just hear this pastime, they were so fortunate, because nobody from we see in the whole world, only they say the only people from thousand in Bhagavad Gita, they say some are perfect, and from their perfection, only some they can get this one perfection, pure perfection. So same thing, from so many people, only who can hear this pastime, they are so fortunate. So we are so fortunate because of our Srila Prabhupada and Sri Mahaprabhu. He gives us this mercy to hear this pastime in the association of the devotees. So very, very nice, Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, you have time?
Yeah, I have about 2-3 minutes. I have another class line, but I have 2-3 minutes, not a problem.
Okay. Devotee, anyone have any question or realization or something? Prabhuji is here.
Prabhu, thank you so much. Thank you. The class was so beautiful, so many layers and dimensions of fabulous pastimes you covered, and it was so nice. It was so we were able to see everything in front of our eyes. I really like the fact how Shilajiv Goswami points out that all the other processes become perfect by just chanting the holy names, and how you explained that even to this day, all the processes are always accompanied by the holy names. And yes, the pastimes of Lord Ramchandra that were very well nicely connected to this. And then the pastime of Kamsa, and all of them was really, really nice. Prabhu, thank you so much for giving such a detailed, such a beautiful class. Prabhuji, we do have a chat question, if I can read it out.
Yeah. So Virya or Vibhatsya, I think there is, the Lord had the desire to fight. That is something that is the Virya Rasa he was expressing. And to fight, he needs somebody in the opposition. And in the opposition, Jai Vijay had this mood of hating the Lord in different incarnations because of different reasons. But they were, all the anger and the hate towards the Lord was focused. So, so Jai Vijay were obviously taking the exact mood that is required to fight the Lord, and that is why Virya was the rasa the Lord wanted. Vibhatsya was, from Jai Vijay's perspective, they were hating the Lord. Right? Any other questions? Okay, I'll end here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the beautiful class. Dandavat pranams. I'm so really lucky to hear the pastimes of this. As you told, this is this can be heard only with blessings, and it's very auspicious. I had very naive and very simple question.
Yes,
Is group chanting or a solo chanting that we do, can we consider it as a sankirtan, some form of sankirtan? No, right?
yeah, it is. It can be. So there are two meanings to Sankirtan. One is obviously chanting in a with a lot of devotees together, and when everybody is trying to focus their love towards Krishna, that is Sankirtan. So even group chanting, even though it is japa and it is softly, but if you're when you're loudly chanting, it is Sankirtan. It is with devotees and you're focusing your love on Krishna. The other important part of Sankirtan is Samyak Kirtan, bringing all your senses, your mind, intelligence together and focusing that on Krishna. That is also Sankirtan. So when you are doing group chanting, because you are with devotees, that is Sankirtan. But when you're doing group chanting and when you're trying to concentrate on the holy name and bringing all your senses and mind and intelligence, that is also Sankirtan. Though sometimes this distinction between japa and Sankirtan is done, but it is Sankirtan in the sense that you're bringing all your senses and everything and you're doing together with devotees.
Okay, but the solo chanting that we do alone at home, focusing all the senses and mind, will that also be a sankirtan?
If you're wanting to bring all of that together and focusing on Krishna, that is actually Sankirtan.
Okay, okay. So I only thought the dancing and the singing with
That is
the group
definitely
chanting
Sankirtan.
is, yeah.
But even if somebody is dancing and singing, but his mind is not focused on the Kirtan, then that is less of a Kirtan. Of course, when you are with devotees and doing that is the
That's
external
the proper,
definition of
yeah.
Sankirtan.
Yeah,
Proper
proper.
external definition. Internal definition is when you bring everything. This is there in the Shishtastakam commentaries.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because most of the times we run out of time and we might not be able to, sit in the kirtan. So at least when we
And
chant, if we can consider it as a
it
sankirtan,
is also
focusing everything.
Sankirtan. And when you're distributing books, doing these classes, that's also Sankirtan because it is helping Sankirtan. That is what is said in that purport.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Dandavad pranams.
And so I have another class, so I will.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice answer. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you, Prabhuji. And today's class was so very nice and beautiful class. So many insight. And also, we are so very grateful to you, Prabhuji. We look forward to your association
I'm
in
very
future.
grateful to all of you and also Preeti Vilasni Mataji, everybody else, Andrivardhan Mataji, because they are inviting me for very, very wonderful verses. I'm very, very glad.
Prabhuji,
Thank
you
you.
and your brother, both class are very nice. Always, Sri Ram is in the middle, always. That's very nice. I like to hear the Ramayana story too much. So, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha
Yes.
Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam
Vaishnaveभ्यो
Pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो
Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिल
जय
प्रभुपाद की जय, श्री
जय
चैतन्य भागवत की जय, हिज
जय
ग्रेस अचिंत्य गोपेश दास प्रभु जी की जय। हरे
जय
कृष्ण प्रभु जी,
Krishna.
हरे
दंडवत
कृष्ण प्रभु जी
प्रणाम।
दंडवत प्रणाम। वेरी नाइस क्लास।